All right, distinguished speakers who came all the way from Indonesia, all prominent participants, scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to all of you. It is always a great pleasure for me to welcome the best, the brightest, and most experienced Indonesians among our speakers today. It is equally encouraging to meet so many young and energetic Indonesian students, as well as friends of Indonesia amongst the audience. Now, before I touch on the theme of our seminar, let me begin by sharing with you my observations on where Indonesia is at present. Last year, we successfully went through what I consider as the year of politics. Despite several electoral dramas, we managed to continue with our democracy and even strengthen the democratic livelihood, and we have installed a new government under the leadership of President H.E.Teuku. On his inauguration in October 2014, President Jokowi underlined his vision of a sovereign, independent, and strong Indonesia based on the spirit of collaboration, or what we call gotong royong. While I look forward to listening and learning from you, the speakers, on your expertise and insights of our team today, I should like to refresh our memory on the current government's platform and its key priorities, or more popularly known as Nawacita, or the 9 priority agenda. Set out with a single aim at improving the people's welfare through a better national system, the 9 priorities of the government are: number 1 is protecting the whole nation and each citizen. Second, building a clean, effective, democratic, and trustworthy governance. Third, strengthening the peripheral areas of regions and villages. Fourth, reforming the justice system and its enforcement. Fifth, improving the quality of life of the people. Sixth, enhancing people's productivity and international competitiveness with a view to advance together with other Asian nations. Seventh, building economic independence by developing the strategic domestic economic sectors. 8, revolutionizing the national character. And 9th, strengthening Indonesia's diversity and its social restoration. While our socio-political life is more often than not featured by heated debates between various political camps, in the economic realm, we have achieved quite remarkably over the last decade. Our economy grew by 5.1% in 2014, as then corrected, of course, by you experts, and we expect the economy to continue to grow by 5.2% this year, 2015. This expectation is really a tall order, as the global economy is still struggling to gain momentum, with many high-income countries continuing to grapple with legacies of the global financial crisis, and emerging economies are less dynamic than in the past. But we have no other option but to work harder in order to enhance our competitiveness, which is currently below par compared to that of our neighbors. We are now focusing on a number of key development projects in areas such as infrastructure, economy, maritime, food, and tourism. It is aimed not only at welfare creation, but also enhancing our competitiveness. And here I wish to underline that the key word is competitiveness. In the short to medium term, our goals are: number 1, improving Indonesia's productivity and its global competitiveness, and second, maintaining our food, finance, and energy independence. Furthermore, becoming a high-income country by 2020, with a per capita income targeted at around US $14,000, becoming the world's 10th largest economy, and increasing productivity and international international competitiveness are four prominent goals for the long term. Needless to say, achieving all these goals require hard work, including strengthening our domestic market, as well as other factors such as good governance and the rule of law. Along with robust exports and improvement of business climate, Indonesia will have a stronger footing at the regional and global stage. The distinguished guest speakers, participants, within the regional context, and as the theme of our seminar dictates, whether we like it or not, the ASEAN Free Trade Area is already in front of us. Indeed, we have been preparing ourselves since 1992, when ASEAN leaders agreed to establish AFTA. As we are all aware, the objective of AFTA is to increase the ASEAN region's competitive advantage as a production base geared for the world market. A vital step in this direction is the liberalization of trade through the elimination of tariffs and non-tariff barriers among the ASEAN members. I am mindful, however, that some of us in Indonesia continue to openly demonstrate their doubts and even pessimism. Most of us still question the country's readiness to reap the benefit and overcome the challenges posed by AFTA. These shared concerns also seemingly revolve around its impact on our sovereignty. These questions and concerns, to me, are legitimate in nature, and as such, we need to address them openly and constructively. And in this era of democracy, policy debates are not only welcome, but indeed encouraged. But at the end of the day, it takes more than just policy debates for us to overcome whatever challenges AFTA might pose on our economy or our society at large. The government is now working closely with the private and business sectors, as well as with key opinion makers and various segments of our society towards ensuring that AFTA will bring more benefit to our economy and our people. To fully acquire the benefit from increasing regional economic integration, Indonesia must take necessary measures to support the competitiveness of firms, especially by addressing infrastructure and skills gaps and reforming regulations in the service sectors so as to lower the firm's costs, preferably if we can conduct this in coordination with other ASEAN countries. Under such circumstances, undoubtedly, the Indonesian people would expect no less from the President and his cabinet. Indeed, they are keen to see how the new government could ensure equal benefits of AFTA and the ASEAN economic community for all Indonesians. And here is where I believe that consistency and coherency in our efforts are key for the successful attainment of those priority agendas, or nawacita, which would reinforce our economic and social political foundations. Hence, the need for enhanced readiness in tackling the upcoming challenges of AFTA. Distinguished speakers, participants, I must admit here that I am not an economist, nor do I pretend to be one. Rather, I am a professional diplomat. Throughout the span of my career, I have been preoccupied by nothing but an idea and effort of protecting Indonesia's sovereignty in all realms: legal, political, security, economic, social, and territorial, as well as promising the welfare of its citizens. In my view, the best way of protecting our sovereignty and interest in AFTA is through solid preparation and strong national commitment, and therefore we must prepare our people. We must furnish our system, we must renew and strengthen our commitment to national development. In unison, we must be able to aptly identify our our strengths and weaknesses, and work hard to seek and seize whatever economic opportunities are available in ASEAN and beyond, be they challenges, opportunities, strengths, or weaknesses. But at the end of the day, what matters most is people and system. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, I wish to reiterate the importance of people and system. Prepare them well, and we will manage to overcome even the most difficult challenges. Let us not forget that we have always been saying about the demographic dividend, that we have a population of about 250 million people, where most of them are, 67% of them, are in between the ages of 15 and 64 years old. But let them not become a burden due to the lack of education. Let them truly become a powerful force to develop the nation. They must not become mere consumers once AFTA is in place. Therefore, it is not only necessary but essential to improve their skills, which in turn can spur national growth, productivity, and export. Hence, the mental revolution of President Jokowi. And here we have prominent Indonesians, experts and practitioners who can authoritatively speak volumes on this subject. With their insights and your active participation, I trust this seminar will produce the much needed inputs for our country. They would form your strategic contribution to Indonesia as intended. To that noble end, I would be remiss if I do not express my deepest appreciation for your hard work, strong commitment, and significant endeavors. Let me then conclude to say that I have the pleasure of declaring the third strategic contribution for Indonesia seminar officially